darkness, and out of that darkness came the light.
And here we are with another sister. I'm not sure if you're a tranny or a drag queen, but either way,
I'm a drag queen working towards traineeship.
No, wait a minute. First of all, this is Jada D'Angelo.
Hi.
Jada D'Angelo.
Yes.
Hey.
She can be seen at the Cinch here on Polk Street. Lives in the neighborhood, performs in drag, but of course we all know the difference between a tranny and a drag queen. Do you know what it is?
What's the difference?
About $10,000.
No, more like $50,000. Well, let me put it this way. I'm going to tell you the definition, and you tell me if you're really a drag queen.
Okay.
When the party's over and it's time to have fun, drag queens strip and become boys, and trannies stay girls all night. Are you a tranny or a drag queen?
False. I must be a tranny then, honey. I don't take anything off.
Yeah, you know something, girl. You are definitely but you do perform in drag, right?
I do.
Yes,
I do.
And
we have some footage.
We have some
footage that we can go to now.
Wasn't
that fantastic? You are. How did you get into drag? What was your path there? You know?
I have always dressed up as a little boy, wearing my mother's heels.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was like 5 when I can remember.
That's young.
That was young.
Yeah.
But
for me, it was like 12 when I turned an adolescent.
It was fabulous. My mother bought me a doll for Christmas when I was 10.
So are you like a woman inside? Are you like a kinky guy or a woman inside?
No, I'm more woman inside than a kinky guy.
But do you think that that's what set that? Because when my uncles were young, my grandmother bought one of them a Melbourne Demons beanie instead of a Western Bulldogs beanie, and then for the rest of his life, he was a Melbourne Demons supporter. So maybe if your mother had bought you a G.I. Joe, you'd be like a militant.
I would have had him have sex with Barbie, but other than that, I wouldn't have played with him. Not enough outfits that are fabulous. Barbie has everything. I hate the bitch.
Wait, did your mother know that you were wearing her clothes?
My mother, I was raised by my stepmother. I think we talked about this one before. I was raised by my stepmother and my stepsister, and yes, they knew. And when I was 18, I came out as gay. Yeah. But I started doing drag like. What's that black girl's name? Oh, Miss Paul. RuPaul. She did Gender Fuck with Miss Bunny in New York. So she was doing all that drama in New York. I was doing all the drama here in San Francisco.
Wait, so when did you actually get out and perform?
I didn't start performing until 2009.
Wait, but you were out walking around?
I was out walking around, and not as a hooker, which most people think.
I like to dress like a hooker.
But because I wanted the attention, obviously.
Yeah, because
I wanted the attention. Boy, did I get it more than I thought I'd get.
I know. Isn't it a bummer like being a boy after you're being a girl?
Was it good attention or?
Some of it was. What's strange? Let me tell you what's strange. What's strange is when you are a woman, or you look like a woman, or dress like a woman. What I found out is you're going to be treated as a woman. And that's not necessarily with respect.
So there's the bad side of it, the whistles and the...
There's a lot of drama in between the facade, you know what I mean?
Hey, baby!
But it brought me closer to women and made me understand them. And I think that's why a lot of women attach themselves to drag queens and gay men, because we understand the struggle.
What do you think the most profound insight into the female psychology is that you've gained through drag?
The most profound insight that I've gained, it's a very good question, through drag is that women are incredibly nurturing, but at the same time, they're incredibly strong, but don't fuck with them, honey. Don't.
I know, it's like, they were so, like, when I started doing drag or trans, I wanted to, like, freak women out. To me, it was sort of this, like, getting back at women thing. Yeah. But they were so nice to me.
women
I did not expect it.
But who do you think taught me how to be a bitch?
Yeah,
was a man? Hell no.
Girl, you are a bitch. They just let the bitch out.
Well, but a bitch is not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, no,
a bitch
totally.
to me is somebody that I would protect and covet and love. And most men would, like, if there's bullshit, they'll, like, semi-participate and then walk away and forget about it. But women, like, get you that night, but we're going to get your ass, huh? We're going to get your ass.
And the thing is, you look into their soul. Like, it's like when you're a girl and you're a sister, you're like, you resonate with their soul. And then when you become a man, you're literally like a genetic garbage.
But I did it for beauty, and I think I told you before, is a lot of it came from insecurity and incest as a boy.
Oh, yeah.
And so in order to get away from all that, I created Jada.
Oh, wow. So you've basically been Jada your whole life.
I have been Jada out of drag for a long, long time, but in drag is how Jada got her name. I told you, Jada got her name from my original name, the first two initials from my original name, and the first two initials of my last name, Jada D'Angelo. So,
wow, so what made you go from just being out to actually performing?
Marcy Playground asked me in November of 2009 when they were doing Charlie Horse at the Cinch, and Marcy had, if anybody knows Marcy Playground, yes, she had a Marcy Minute, and she needed a performer, and so she told me, she said, "You're performing, that's it."
So were you like, did you change your dress, or you were just being you when you started performing? I mean, like, this is
no, I was in drag, always in drag, but I hadn't performed is all.
So all you did was you dressed the same and you just went up on stage.
Yes.
And how was it different?
No, I didn't go on stage. I just dressed as a woman and went around as a woman and, you know, was a woman. And then they asked me to perform. So I started lip syncing.
You're a local resident too here on
I am.
Polk,
I am a
Polk
San
Street?
Francisco native.
Polk Street, yeah.
Well, Andrew, I don't know about local on Polk Street. That sounds kind of...
She's a Polk Street girl. Are you one of those tranny hookers that hangs out in Larkin and like...
I've grown up in San Francisco, so I know about Polk Street.
Larkin and Sutter. That's where the hottest tranny girls are. Larkin and Sutter.
Yes, and always have been, though.
Yeah.
Always have been.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen on Polk Street?
The craziest thing I've ever seen on Polk Street was two people having sex on the corner.
Yeah.
I think one was a woman. The other one...
She looked like a woman.
The other one, I'm not sure. He was covered in a hoodie and all that, but probably a man. And they were publicly having sex on the corner of, could I say the streets?
Yeah.
Geary and Eddie.
Was one of the women you?
No, honey, I do streets. I do sheets. I don't do streets.
So, like, what is, like, have you, like, lived all your fantasies? Like, people tell you, as soon as you're living your fantasy, you gotta check in with your therapist.
I have lived my fantasies. I don't have a therapist.
Yeah.
He was one of my fantasies. But I had my fantasy, my biggest fantasy when I was much younger was my first three-way, with me being the center of attention. Let's face it.
Of course, like, did you prefer like two guys or a girl and a guy?
Two guys. I've never done it with a woman. I have
Like
slept with women,
yeah,
naked. I have fondled their breasts, but I have never gone south, honey.
Have you ever like got into
Gold Star Gay?
Gold Star Gay? What's that?
Gold Star Gay.
What does that mean?
That means you haven't had sex with a woman.
Oh,
Thank
you're right.
you.
You're right. An authentic.
So
gay.
I'm a Gold Star Gay.
I'm not
Johnson.
authentic.
Oh, I like that. Thank
A
you.
platinum member is one that came out of the C-section.
Oh, I'm a platinum.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Never even went through it.
I love it.
Wow.
Then he goes, ooh, I'm platinum.
So yeah, for people who didn't
I knew I was
hear,
worth something.
for people who couldn't hear that, if you've never had sex with a woman, you're a gold star.
Gold
gay.
Star Gay.
And if you
Authentic
came
gay.
out of a C-section and you've never even been inside a vagina, then
You're a platinum gay.
Platinum
The amazing thing is, like, in this world, like, it's actually very cliquish in San Francisco. And if you're gay but you've slept with a woman at least once, you're not a real gay person. So it's like it's fun how it's very cliquish.
Bisexual.
You're bisexual. Have you ever? So tell me, have you ever gotten it in like the front and the back at the same time?
If I ever caught
Like front and the back, with two guys.
I'm confused.
Like
I don't know what you're talking about.
A guy behind you and a guy like in front of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that fun or what?
That's basic.
Is that fun?
Oh, yes. It's phenomenal.
Like, what's your favorite kind of?
Position?
Yeah.
Me, a man, clean sheets. favorite position.
Clean sheets, yeah. Thank God for that. You know, we trannies don't always get to have clean sheets because we're so busy. I mean, even if you wash your sheets once a week,
Well,
it might not be enough.
yay!
So,
All right. So I think we have to wrap it up. So we're going to you're going to do a performance for us.
I am, but we're not going to show off at the Red Devil.
yeah, great.
Yes, we're going to do a performance. I'd love to do a
Alright,
performance. I'm going to do Ain't No Way by Aretha Franklin, but my version is sung by Amber Riley, who played Mercedes Jones on Glee.
And we're going to go.
And it
once-
means
all
a
right.
lot to me. It really does.
All right, well, we're here with Jada D'Angelo, and just give me like one last words of wisdom to people who want to be themselves and be out. How do you do it?
Well,
You moved to San Francisco. Now, other than that,
God.
how do you do it?
that's difficult. It's a struggle, but believe in yourself, and it'll happen. It really will. Not when you want it to,
It'll happen.
but when it needs.
Ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. No, it ain't no way for me to give you all you need if you won't let me give all of me. I know that a woman's duty is to help and love a man, and that's the way it was planned. Oh, but how can I give you all of the things I can if you're tying both of my hands? Oh, it ain't no way. It ain't no way. It just ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way. It ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. Stop trying to be someone you're not. How cold and cruel is a man who paid too much for what he got? And if you need me to love you, say you do. Oh, then baby, don't you know that I need you? Ain't no way. I tell you that it ain't no way, it ain't no way, it ain't no way, baby. No, it just ain't no way. Ain't no way. It just ain't no way. Ain't no way. It ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me.
Everyone, give it up for Jada D'Angelo.